Southern Waterfront grand opening this afternoon. This is something that's been in the works for many years, and we're so overwhelmed at the beautiful and magnificent project as it developed. It looks good on paper. It looks dramatic when you see it, but when you walk it, it is truly breathtaking. And it opens up an area of our waterfront that really has never been open before. It's not a walking trail. It can't be used as a beach. The boats can't dock here. And it just opens up that whole area to just a magnificent vista of the river that has not been open to the public before. So we're just very proud and very happy at the way this thing came together. I just want to recognize a few people that are here who worked so hard on this project for so long. First, of course, our Director of Planning and Development, Gene Friedman, who's marshaled this through for years. Gene, thank you so much. I have members of my Common Council here today, Kathy Talbot, Boo Vesey, and my great Deputy Mayor, Joe Torres. I have our Chief of Police is here, and he has now a new stretch of Peekskill to patrol. And as you can see, the officers are here with their bikes that have been donated by Mark Seja in Peekskill, private donation, so our officers can bike around down here and keep in shape too, right, officers? So we're so glad that you guys are here. I saw former Councilman Andy Torres is here, who was a councilman in the city of Peekskill for 4 years and worked hard on this project. Thank you, Councilman. 6 years. A lot of this started before I became mayor, and I just want to recognize two great former mayors that are here today. First, you can't look at any area of the city of Peekskill that has not been touched by the Gibbs family. Fran Gibbs, her late husband Ed Gibbs, have just given so much to this community. Fran, thank you for being here today. And of course, former mayor and current county legislator John Testa is here. John has done so much for the city, including he taught me how to be an altar boy when we were at Assumption School. So he's been teaching me things since I was in 4th grade. So John, thank you for being here, and thank you for being the good friend that you are to me. Sandy Galliff is here today, who helped a lot in this project, and I think is going to say a few words, as is Senator Murphy is here today from the state. But first, I want to introduce, and for a few words, Megan Taylor, Regional Director of the Empire State Development Corporation.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a beautiful day we have here to celebrate. So I wanted to thank Mayor Catalina for inviting me here today and for organizing this wonderful event. As we continue to move our economy forward and embrace the technological advancements of the 21st century, there is a lot to be said for our region's beautiful recreational assets, especially a historic waterfront like this one. Empire State Development has supported creating these waterfront parks in Peekskill and has enjoyed working with the city from the very beginning on these exciting projects. Because a park on a beautiful river provides so many opportunities, ESD contributed a $3.9 million grant to help build the 3rd phase of the project, which we are here celebrating today. In improving access to the waterfront, we accomplish a lot. We ensure that everyone has the opportunity to enjoy the natural year-round wonders of the Hudson River. We increase recreational opportunities and promote all the health benefits that go along with them. But with a park like this on the Hudson River waterfront, we also bolster the area's tourism industry by drawing visitors to the area to eat at local restaurants and shop in our local stores. Some may come up from the city to enjoy a day of fresh air with their families. Others will come to put a boat on the water and paddle or row around. And some of those visitors may stay and become new residents and community members, leading to long-term job growth and creation and growth in our economy. That is why promoting waterfront projects like this one has been and will be and will continue to be one of the several key goals of the Mid-Hudson Regional Economic Development Council. In 2015, the council continued to promote recreation and tourism as key industries for the Mid-Hudson region, along with agriculture, food and beverage, advanced and high-tech manufacturing, and information technology. For centuries, the Mid-Hudson Valley has been known for its natural beauty. If we continue to work to preserve and protect these assets that have given us that reputation with parks like this one, we can leverage those assets for sustainable economic development for years to come. So thank you very much. And now it is actually my pleasure to introduce a colleague of mine, Jorge Montalvo, who is the Deputy Secretary of State for Economic Opportunity. Jorge Montalvo currently serves in New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's administration as New York's Deputy Secretary for Economic Opportunity. In this role, he is responsible for many of the state's anti-poverty programs, the State Division of Consumer Protection, and the Cemeteries Division. Montalvo also created and leads the New York State Office for New Americans and also developed the state's opportunity agenda to ensure those living in poverty are included in the state's economic revitalization. So again, thank you very much. Congratulations to the mayor, and Jorge, please come up to say a few words.
Good afternoon. I love being at these events. It's the best part of my job. Because when you come to places like Peekskill, it reminds you of the beauty of the state, and the story of this waterfront, and really the story of Peekskill in so many ways is a story of persistence. I think the first two speakers, the mayor and my colleague, kind of alluded to this, long-term investment and being here for a while. Like, this has been a long time coming, and it has been an exciting project for all of us in state government and local government who've worked on this. And it's from our colleagues, the various mayors who are here today, past and present, local council people, the county legislative members, my colleagues in government, the assembly member and state senator. And it's a story of persistence where people they come together, they work together on a vision for what they want their communities to look like and what they want to be. And what do we all want? We want communities where we can live, we can have jobs, we can see our kids grow up and walk on these waterfronts and exercise. And as we age, we have a place to come to take in air in the morning. And I think that's really powerful. And I hope that while it has been a couple of decades of work to do all of this, the stabilization up north, right? Looking at Fleischman's Pier to see what we can do to reuse that, like all of this work, I hope that the persistence you can see today is paid off. And I hope that this serves as a model for inspiration for other communities, not just in the Hudson Valley, but throughout the state, where we have waterfronts that can be reclaimed and reused for our use, for community use, so then we can have a brighter and better New York. So thank you all for working with all of us and allowing us into your community to do this work. I want to thank our two staff members who've been on the ground doing this work, who we couldn't do this work without. It's been, over the last 20 years or so, about $3.1 million in Department of State funding that's gone into all of this, including the planning work, the community work, the design work for this part of the phase of the project. So again, thank you all, and I think this is very exciting. Hopefully we'll take a chance to, all of us, walk around and enjoy the beauty.
I think I was remiss and did not recognize my great city manager, Richard Lyons. Thanks, Rich, for being here. We have so many people here from our staff at City Hall that it would be an injustice to recognize all of them and leave someone out. So I just want to thank all of the staff and department heads that are here today. But some people deserve special recognition. Bill Powers, the great Bill Powers, doing great work in the downtown business improvement district. Bill, thanks for all that you do for Peekskill. And I think I saw Frank Puglisi here from the Uniformed Firefighters. Frank, thank you for being here, and thanks for all you do for the city of Peekskill. At this time, I would just like to say that it's been great with the help of Scenic Hudson, a private organization. We get a lot of money from the state, as you just heard, but this project would not be possible without some part of it being a private. You always hear of private-public partnerships, but we've had a private component to this, and the man who, an organization that has contributed over $100,000 of his own money to this project, is a true visionary of the Hudson River. He loves the Hudson River. He has projects up and down the Hudson River, in Ossining, Havistroy. He has a beautiful project, and throughout Westchester. He's a nationally recognized developer, and that would be Martin Ginsberg. Unfortunately, he could not be here today, but without Martin Ginsberg and being the visionary that he is, I venture to say that this project would not have been possible. Today we have Kevin Marinan of the Ginsberg Development Corporation. On behalf of Martin Ginsberg, Kevin, please convey our great thanks to Martin Ginsberg for this. All right, at this time I'd like to call up former Mayor, I always address him as former mayor, not my county legislator. Former Mayor John Testa. John, you're home. You're the former mayor when you're here. Come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to be here. And I'm so glad Fran Gibbs is here. Back in 1998, when I became a councilman in the city of Peekskill, we began the discussion because there was a movement to have a walkway all along the Hudson River from New York City all the way up to Albany. And Peekskill was part of obviously the Westchester component of it, which was called the Riverwalk, if I'm not mistaken, back at our section of it. And we were determined, and Fran spoke about it often, we were determined to make sure Peekskill was the first community to have a continuous walkway from the southernmost border to the northernmost border of its community. And this obviously was a dream that had been worked on for many, many years. When I became mayor, we were able to get funding for the Ansville Trail section, which is the northernmost section, and plans were put in place for this component. As was mentioned, the Ginsberg Corporation, when Riverbend was being built, contributed and actually gave the seed money to get the process started and the planning started. And then actually Sandy was there when we were down at the old depot, which is now the Lincoln Museum, when Governor Pataki at the time gave us quite a jolt of influx of funds for the riverfront projects that we were about to do and have continued. And when you're in government, you may only start something and you hand it off to the next group that comes in, and you hope that they take it on, and that's happened a couple times, and here we are, and it's great. I'm sure Fran feels the same way to see the final product of a long time of dreams and plans and community involvement. And really, as someone who grew up here, as Frank said, I try to help Frank out when I can. Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't, but that's part of life. But I'm always here, and I'm glad I can still represent Peekskill as a county legislator, do what I can to make projects like this come to fruition, and to be here. And really, the community is going. I've already heard plenty of discussion about how great this is. Now that the nice weather is finally here, we're going to see and hear a lot more about people's vision coming together for the city as a whole. I want to congratulate Mayor Catalina and the council for making this final phase of this part of it happen. And congratulations, and I'm here for the future, and good luck with everything you have planned.
Thanks, John. Good job. This time I'd like to invite Assemblywoman Sandra Galiff up for a few words.
Thank you so much, Frank. First of all, you know, we all live on the most magnificent river, the Hudson River. You could go to any country, you could go to any state, and you can't find a finer river, a more beautiful river, and we're very, very lucky. And the fact that Peekskill is even luckier because you have such a long waterfront. Most of the communities, when I think about the communities in Westchester or Putnam, they don't have that longevity on the Hudson River. So you've been able to be so creative. And this new linear park is just something that I think everybody is going to be enjoying throughout, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people. When Governor Pataki started all this and supporting monies in our state budget that could come back to the community for a project like this. Nothing gets done overnight. I think we'd all like it to happen just like that, but it doesn't. But we're very happy that this has progressed in all of the different stages, and we're here today. And I'm going to advertise it on my Facebook. So hopefully I will encourage more people to come and walk. I'm not going to do it today, but I'll do it another day. So I have Facebook, yeah. I don't actually, I have to tell you, I don't actually do it all myself, okay? Because sometimes I'm technologically challenged. But anyway, but I love to advertise things like this. So, you know, we have really great moments in our community. So congratulations, Peekskill. Congratulations, all the mayors, all the way up.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our great Senator Terrence Murphy.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the honor and privilege of being here today. I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful. You got the Bear Mountain Bridge right there. You got my new running trail right over here, and a beautiful place right up here where you can overlook the, like Sandy said, the gorgeous Hudson River. It is an honor and a privilege to team up with our state government, our county government, and the local government to keep the revitalization going for Peekskill and for Westchester County and for the Hudson River, to be quite honest with you. So I thank you for being here. It is an honor and a privilege, and I look forward to taking a few trips on the trail. Thanks, Mayor. Thank you.
Hey, and I saw another woman here who's greatly improved the city of Peekskill for her many, many years on the planning board, Ruth Wells. Thank you for being here. I also, it's so glad to see that some of the movers and shakers in town that are really changing the face of Peekskill with the new businesses that are being invested here. Lou Lanza, John Sekurcher, John Sharp. Thank you guys. You guys are the nucleus of the new rebirth of Peekskill up in the downtown area and right down here, not far from this very location. So thank you all for being here. I don't know why my city attorney's here, but shouldn't you be working someplace? But Melissa, thank you for being here also. That basically wraps up our program. I want everybody to please walk the trail a little bit to get a feel for the dramatic feeling that you have. Thank you all for coming here. God bless you all, and God bless the city of Peekskill. 3, 2, 1. We are open.